Hit 'em swamp wise. I can face a black bear with my hunting knife. Catch a cottonmouth moccasin before it can strike. Cross me and you better run for your life. I'm swamp wise. Swamp wise. Here.
Okay. Okay, calm down. All right. You're witnessing something now. The lessons that this snake is teaching right now are things that you can't get from a book because the book has never been written. You are experiencing right now the actual, factual attitude and behavior of the most dangerous snake in Georgia towards a human. Now listen to what it's teaching us. First of all, everybody knows the bite of that snake could kill me, correct? But see, the snake doesn't know that. Ladies and gentlemen, how in the world could a snake know it could kill someone? That snake does not even know what I am. You see how big its head is? How big do you think the brain is in there? There's not much any wild animal can comprehend beyond survival. It doesn't know what I am, but it does know one thing about me. It knows the same thing about me that it would know about a bear or a deer or any of you. But listen to this lesson. This is the hole that snake was in. Everybody saw me bring the snake out of this hole and put it on that table. You know it didn't crawl up there. I put it there. That snake has no idea where it is or how it got there. It's never been here before. It's in strange territory. And what's it teaching us? It's showing you right now how it would act towards you or me out there in your yard, out there in a dirt road, or out in the woods, wherever you come across it. It's teaching us now how it would act towards you if it is not sure it can escape. It doesn't know where the hole is. And what are we finding out? If it's not sure it can get away, it's not going to try. It'll coil and it will face you. We can't even get a grizzly bear to do something like that. Here it is, facing me, not running. He ain't going to run, is what he's showing us. But more important than that, it's showing us it is not going to attack. It doesn't know what I am. If it could think, which it can't, but if it could, like in some Walt Disney movie, it might be thinking right now, jeepers, what is that big silly looking thing over there? That's the biggest rat I've ever seen in my life. It doesn't know what I am, but it sure knows one thing about me. It knows I am too big to eat. We're going back to the beginning. The golden rule of nature. If you don't need it, leave it. A wild animal, whether it be a rattlesnake, a red-tailed hawk, a Siberian tiger in the jungle, a great white shark in the ocean, a wild animal will attack only what it plans on eating. You can't make a wild animal break the law. You just can't do it, only in the movies. Now, newspapers and magazines sensationalize. Boy, they want to sell newspapers and magazines, movies, TV, lie to us. We need to know the facts because there are more of us than there ever have been. We need to be more careful every day how we treat what's left around us in the natural world. There are millions of us people on this continent right here in America. Anyhow, here's a snake showing us it's not going to run, it's not going to attack, and now you know why. But you know the most important lesson the rattlesnake is teaching us? I don't know how many people have said, okay, nature needs snakes, but does it need these rattlesnakes? Isn't there some other snake that could take the place of that rattlesnake so we wouldn't have to worry about rattlesnakes anymore? That's a good question, isn't it? There's not a human on this earth. The most learned people on earth are still learning about this earth. Ladies and gentlemen, The mere fact that we humans have to learn should humble all of us to the fact that we did none of the creating. It was all here before we came. Maybe not in the same forms it is today, but it was all here before we came. The natural world is responsible for making and keeping the earth like it is so we can live upon it. And nature needs everything it has, and our very existence on this planet depends upon the existence of all the life around us. You know, they'll teach you this, maybe they'll teach you this in college. If a bullfrog out there in that pond, they don't teach it just this way, but out there in that pond, if that bullfrog is no longer necessary to that system in which it's been living, you know what's going to happen to the bullfrog? Yeah, most of you have learned this. All around us are living systems. The moment we walk out the door of this building, we're walking into a living system. That grass is alive, the trees are alive, the birds, the insects, whatever's there is keeping the system just like it is. We, human beings, we have taken our share of this earth and built our homes on top of living systems. We've also done something else without even consideration of anything but ourselves. We have and we continue to build huge shopping malls, gigantic airports, mile after mile of concrete highways, making life easier for us on this earth, all on top of life, all on top of living systems, interrupting living systems everywhere on this planet. And I can promise you this, whatever form of life that still exists beyond all the concrete, right at this moment is still working at the same job they've been created to do centuries ago. Keep the earth like it is so we can live on it no matter what we do to it. Now that bullfrog is no longer necessary to that system in which it's been living. That's right, it's going to vanish. That's the way the system works. If the animal or the plant is no longer necessary, it's not going to be there. We recognize 48 species and subspecies of snakes that are native to the state of Georgia. Thank God they're not all dangerous to humans, but they're all a fact of life. They were here before the Indians were here. They must be around for more important reasons than just to scare people, and they are. Whether we like them or not, they are necessary. Just like every leaf on every tree, it's all necessary. The most important lesson this rattlesnake is teaching us right now, all the time it's been out here, you've seen it's not going to run, it's not going to attack. It's showing us that its attitude towards a human is no different than that of a honeybee. Honeybees don't want to sting people, but we know if we poke at one, it's going to sting us. And we also know that that comes under the heading of, if you don't need it, leave it. It all fits together like one beautiful jigsaw puzzle, friend. It's showing us right now there are ways that human beings could coexist with all of God's creation. But guess who needs to learn the rules? You know, we've been on this planet for centuries. You think we'd know better by now? Well, now the rattlesnake is going to give us one more lesson. It's going to show us where it would rather be if it knows that people are nearby. You know what we're going to do now? That's right, we're going to show it where the hole is. Out there in the woods, if this thing knew where the hole was, all this time it would have been backing up trying to get to that hole. Wants no trouble whatsoever with anything too big to eat. It just won't do it. You cannot make it break that law. You cannot make it attack someone. You can't do that. It just won't do it. You can stand here and beat it to death. It would not attack you. It might strike at you if you got close, but it's not going to attack you. With your permission, we're going to leave the hole open and allow the rattlesnake to elaborate further on this without any coaching from me.